Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg is defending his company against accusations that phony news stories helped Donald Trump win the presidency. During a conference Thursday, he said the idea that fake news on Facebook influenced the election in any way is a pretty crazy idea. For more, we turn to CNET editor Dan Ackerman. Good to see you, Dan.
Hey, guys.
All right, so fake news stories circulating on Facebook is nothing new. But technologically speaking, what steps can Facebook take to monitor these phony stories?
Well, there's really two areas on Facebook where these come in, one of which Facebook has more control over, at least hypothetically, than the other. The first is that trending topics section. That's the little news feed kind of off on the side of the screen. And you remember earlier this year, there was a frankly pretty phony controversy over which news sources got in there. And Facebook's answer was to get rid of the humans who were filtering that and make it completely computer controlled. And that's where immediately a lot of basically fake news stories started popping up. And Facebook did not seem to have a way to control that. The second path for news stories, real or fake, is just people's news feeds, and that's based on what people share and engage with. It's very user-driven. It's hard to control what users actually do.
So I don't get a lot of fake news stories in my feed, but I get a lot of people posting fake news stories that show up, people that I'm friends with. That's not the same thing, right?
Well, that is, I think, half of the equation right there, because someone posts a news source and the Facebook algorithm that shares things with you from your friends says, oh, what did people engage with? What did they like? It doesn't make a value judgment as to whether it's from a legit news source or a phony one like The Onion, or that knows it's phony, or a phony one that doesn't admit it's phony. Just if people liked it and they engage with it, it shows it to you, and that starts this sort of cycle. And it's tough to get in front of that without human interaction to kind of add points or take away points from inauthentic news sites.
So Zuckerberg says it's crazy to say that fake stories influence voters, but there's this recent Pew study that revealed 20% of internet users say they have modified stances on certain political or social issues based on something they saw on social media. So does Facebook have a responsibility to be more proactive?
And more importantly than that, for so many people today, Facebook is their news source. They never go directly to a news site like the New York Times or CBS News.
That's incredible.
They only see stories that people go. Yeah, and they see the stuff that people post on Facebook. It may come from these other sites. The paradox for Facebook and Zuckerberg is this. They want to claim very loudly that Facebook is very influential when it comes to you choosing what car you're going to buy, what phone you're going to buy, what movie you're going to go see. And then they want to say they're not really influential when it comes to these news stories affecting people's election choices.
So is there any way of knowing if these fake stories unfairly influence voters, or are these just anti-Trump people looking for somebody to blame?
You know, I think you can't really trust the polling on this, as we found out. You can't trust polling on anything. But if people are stuck in that cycle and they see the same stuff repeated over and over again, you know, Twitter has the same problem. It's become an echo chamber of people sort of repeating the same claims. They always say if you hear something often enough, it sounds like the truth to you.
Man, scary. Dan Ackerman, as always, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.